In tropical countries, and in particular in Southeast Asia, there are still many species that need to be named and classified. As part of my work, I work specifically on the family Apocynaceae, and over the 10+ years that I've been doing this job, I have described and named about 100 new species to science. Taxonomic information is compiled in treatments such as, for example, floras. And as part of my work, I'm involved in the flora of Singapore, in the flora of Thailand, as well as in the flora of Peninsular Malaysia. Floras are one way to make taxonomic information, which is expert verified, available to a wide public. Some of the species that I have worked on, that I've described, were collected during sometimes very long field expeditions, but many of those were actually already available in herbaria. And those were gathered by botanists over many, many decades, if not over centuries. For example, I named one species after Italian botanist Odoardo Beccari, and he collected this specimen in Borneo in 1866. And it had remained in a herbarium in Florence, unnamed, for more than 1.5 centuries. The Singapore Botanic Gardens has the second institutional Botanical Art Gallery worldwide, only second to the Shirley Sherwood Gallery at Kew Gardens in London. The gallery here in Singapore has a dual purpose. One is to feature artworks that are scientifically relevant for the documentation of plant diversity of Singapore as well as Southeast Asia, and also try to engage more public that might appreciate plants through artistic expression. So this kind of public may not be the ones that would typically go to a park or a garden, but might be encouraged to come to the garden and appreciate plants through the exhibition of artworks. As I mentioned earlier, many of the plants that we work on here in Southeast Asia may be poorly scientifically described or may still be unknown to science, and many more actually do not have any kind of illustration ever made, or even less photographs available for scientific research. Those plants may be available for study only as herbarium specimens, and as such, we do need to engage artists to interpret the morphology of those specimens, and therefore make lifelike illustrations, usually in pen and ink, which can be used for scientific research. So in a way, this really proves that art is still very relevant for scientific research, even today. Singapore Botanic Gardens, Padua, as well as Kew Gardens are the only 3 gardens on the UNESCO Heritage List. As such, we are currently working on strengthening the relationships between the gardens, in particular with Padua, and we are engaging into having exchange of research, of living collections, of archival collection, as well as on digitization expertise. As part of my work here at the Botanical Art Gallery, I'm really hoping that in the near future we will be able to feature more artworks from Italy, and in particular from Padua Botanic Garden here at the gallery.